Good morning, students. Today in lecture number 11, we are going to discuss in detail William Shakespeare's play. It also known as a tragedy and also known as a historical play, Julius Caesar. In the previous lecture number 10 and lecture number 9, we have seen that the development of the plot and the development of the conspirators' plan of the murder of Julius Caesar. In the act first, we have seen that how the Cassius, the leader of conspiracy, involves Decius Brutus in his murderous act. How he gets succeed in involving Decius Brutus at his side, and not only he involves him at his side, but also succeed in leading him towards the revenge of Julius Caesar. Because he is the very act of throwing requesting letters, thousands of requesting letters by the names of the people of Rome to Decius Brutus for the safety and welfare of Rome. We have to finish, kill Julius Caesar because he is going to be a monarch, Hukum Shah. So, we have seen in the first and second act how in the previous act also we have seen that how Julius Caesar cancels his plan to go to the court on the Ides of March, because on the very particular day he was going to be nominated as a ruler of Rome, emperor of Rome, king of Rome. And so the same previous night or the previous day night, his wife Calpurnia had seen a dreadful dream of his husband's murder and his hanging dead body at the public place. The very dream, the dream of Calpurnia stops Julius Caesar not to go into the court. So, on one side, conspirators has planned to kill Julius Caesar as soon as he comes in the court. On the other side, Julius Caesar, though who get ready to go into the court, into the palace, but he cancels his very decision and decides to stay at home. So, the very two plans, means at one side conspirators are waiting in the court to Julius Caesar, on the other side Julius Caesar has cancelled his plan and cancels his idea of going to the court, though whatever maybe he is getting or maybe he was rewarding. So we will see after this, we will see in this Act third, which has three scenes. Act 3, and it has three respective scenes which very well talks about the very idea of conspirators' plan. And this particular act very well highlights because this is the only act third, scene first and scene second, or its scene third, which are very much useful, important, and which gives the detailed idea about the very murder of Julius Caesar. Because we can simply say this act third is the center of the play, because in the very act first and act second and its respective three scenes, we have seen that the very plan of Julius Caesar's murder was planned or done by the conspirators. And so, in this third act, we see how the conspirators get succeed in their plan of murder of Julius Caesar. So we can simply divide this tragedy play or historical play in two things. The play before the death of Julius Caesar, the happenings after the death of Julius Caesar. So Julius Caesar's death is the center, and before the death of Julius Caesar we see the conspirators plan to kill him, and after the murder of Julius Caesar we see how conspirators are avenged by the Antony, Octavius Caesar and Lepidus. सीझरच्या मृत्यूच्या पूर्वी बघतो की कॉन्स्पिरेटर सीझरला मारण्यासाठी प्रयत्न करतात, आणि सीझरच्या मृत्यूनंतर आपण असं बघतो की कॉन्स्पिरेटर त्या सीझरच्या मृत्यूच्या बदल्यात आपला जीव वाचवण्यासाठी प्रयत्न करतात. मीन्स प्लॅन फॉर मर्डर अँड आफ्टर द डेथ ऑफ जुलियस सीझर प्लॅन फॉर रेस्क्यू, प्लॅन फॉर द लाईफ सेव्हिंग their run. So this is the very important that because the conspirators has given much energy, spent much energy on the death of Julius Caesar, and once they get succeed in the murder, instead enjoying what they have dreamed, they get nothing instead of their suicide, murder or death. Means वाईट केला तर फार ताबडतोब त्यांच्या हिशाला वाईटपणा येतं, कारण की सीझरचा मृत्यू झाल्यानंतर आपण राजे व्हावं, रोमवर रूल करावं असं कॅशियस किंवा त्यांच्या लोकांची इच्छा होती. परंतु जुलियसचा मर्डर झाल्या लोकांना कळालं की कॉन्स्पिरेटरनी चांगल्या माणसाला मारलं आणि पब्लिक त्यांच्या मागे लागतं रेव्हेंजसाठी. तो दिस इज लिटल बिट अबाउट जुलियस सीझर, अँड वी सी दॅट when Julius Caesar has cancelled his plan, at the same time in this means scene first we see in the first that Decius Brutus was a very close friend of Julius Caesar, so the conspirators sent Brutus towards Julius Caesar to bring him in the court, in the royal palace, by any hook or crook, at any cost you have to bring him. And at the same time, what Calpurnia had seen in her dream about the death of Julius Caesar, the same dream Decius Brutus interprets in a different way. And he interprets means तो त्याच्यावर वेगळ्या पद्धतीने मत मांडतो, and he pleases Julius Caesar by his interpretation, and he says if something going to happen with him, I will first face it. मी पहिलं फेस करेल जर तुझ्या जीवनात काही अडचण आली तर. So this way Decius Brutus succeeds to bring Julius Caesar in the course on the day of Ides of March. On the day of Ides of March, and after that, which we have seen that the Artemidorus, which has handed over the warning note of his murder to Julius Caesar, and the note was in the hand of Julius Caesar, which he has not read it yet. त्यांनी फक्त हातातच ठेवली, which Artemidorus has given to him. I have already discussed with you that it means that Artemidorus was very well aware about the plan of the conspirators, and the very note was in his hand, which he has not opened, not read. After that, all the conspirators, as soon as Julius Caesar goes in the court and he goes towards the throne, the same time all the conspirators comes towards him and request him to brother, who was in jail for the murder. And since a long time he was in prison, so Julius Caesar doesn't agree with the plan of conspirators for his rescue. When Julius Caesar was circled by, त्याच्या सभोवताल conspirators घेराव करतात, and when he is not ready to relieve, each and every conspirators, including Cassius, Brutus, Casca, Cinna, Ligarius, Trebonius, Cassius, Caius, each and every conspirators, one by one, they stabbed to Julius Caesar. And when everything was going on, nobody was there. Marcus Antony and everyone fled away from that place for their rescue. If someone tried to stop, but the very plan of the conspirators was fixed, so none could help. Means nobody came to help Julius Caesar, and each one had stabbed him. And when lastly his close friend Decius Brutus come to stab, at that time Julius Caesar simply say a famous quotation in the "You to Brutus." "You to Brutus." These are the famous lines. Number of film directors also use in their films, because he simply say "You to Brutus." He has not said anything to any conspirator, though they have stabbed him, killed him, because Julius Caesar very well know that the conspirators like Cassius are jealous, murderous, evil, over-ambitious, greedy, corrupt. But he says that when I was happy at my home, I was not ready to come in the court because California has not permitted him to go to the court because she had seen the dreadful dream. Then also, Brutus, you brought me over here only for the case of murder. So I consider that you are my best friend, close friend, friend of close to her. Then you also involved in this incident of murder. So I really get shocked. You Brutus do Suddha. And she gets shocked and he died. So this way, Julius Caesar was murdered in the scene first of Act 3rd. And after that, in the second scene, which is also very much important, we will see that what happens in this plot. After the death of Julius Caesar, we will simply observe that the dead body of Julius Caesar was put at the public place, and conspirators here get succeed, because we see that from the very scene first, how Cassius was involved in the case of murder of Julius Caesar, and means from the very scene first to the third scene first, we see that Cassius and his plan, the plan of conspirators, became fruitful. They get victory by the murder of Julius Caesar. So means all the conspirators drag the dead body of Julius Caesar at the public place, and they call each and every people of Rome, saying that we have killed the murderer, we have killed the monarch Kumshaha, the terror. People were unknown about each and everything what the conspirators have said. At one side, Cassius was leading to the public, on the other side, Decius Brutus was leading to the public, saying their purpose behind the murder of Julius Caesar. So, public was divided into two ways. And Decius Brutus, as per the plan, he has delivered his well constructed, well planned, well designed speech. And the people of Rome impressed by his speech because the people of Rome considered Brutus and his family as the royal family who stand for the welfare, civilization, development, construction of Rome. So Cassius, the evil murderer, jealous man, has already involved Brutus in this act because he know that if Brutus was not involved, the people will not accept the conspirators because each and everyone know that how they are the villainous one. So, my dear friends, when the dead body of Julius Caesar was put at the public place and the blood was flowing from his body, these Decius Brutus and Cassius get succeed in pleasing the people that we have killed the murderer, we have killed the treacherer, terror, and also the monarch who was trying to spoil the democracy of Rome in nature. And the same time, when people came to know that through Decius Brutus that Decius Brutus was a monarch Hukum the people clapped for the act of murder. When Decius Brutus finished his speech, at that time, Julius Caesar's close friend Mark Antony comes on the stage near to the Brutus and conspirators and requests them to say few words about Julius Caesar. Cassius was not ready to give permission to Mark Antony, otherwise something will different happen or turn will take. So Decius Brutus was plain-minded. He granted permission to speak Mark Antony on his funeral or on his murder. First of all, Mark Antony was a very good speaker. He thanks the conspirators for giving him the opportunity, particularly to the Decius Brutus. And he says, my dear people of Rome, Decius Brutus' murder, look at his dead body and look at the blood which was falling on the ground. Just look at his, how many stabs are made by these people. Means किती लोकांनी याच्यावर घात केले बघा त्याची डेड बॉडी किती शांत पडलेली आहे रक्त लुक ॲट दिस मीन्स ही फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल attracted the mind of the people towards the murder of Julius Caesar, so many stabbings and so on. And after that he said, yes, Julius Caesar was, people of Rome, you know that what these people have said, this is totally wrong. He has spent all his life for the sake of Rome. He has declared his public properties as public gardens, and not only he has done this, but he has saved each and every people of Rome's name some fixed deposit for their welfare, for their development and so on. And I have offered him the throne, offer of kingship for 3 times, and for the 3 times he has rejected. We have seen this in the at first scene first. So, my dear friends, my dear people of Rome, how you consider or think that Julius Caesar is a terror? How he will bring tyranny in the Rome? How he will become a treacherous king? So, he has great concern for the people of Rome, and he has not put a single thing for himself. Instead, he has donated a lot for the public. So when the people of Rome has came to know the reality behind the murder of Julius Caesar, the people crowd for revenge, the revenge of the conspirators, and people run away. People run behind the conspirators, and all the conspirators, including Decius Brutus, Cassius, Casca, Cinna, Caius, Laborius, Trebonius, everyone run away from that place, and now the revenge of Julius Caesar became a public revenge, and the public of Rome involved, and public of Rome was haunted for the revenge of this. When the public of Rome was haunted for revenge, they have burned the houses, properties of the conspirators into fire. They have burned it, destroyed the properties of conspirators. And in the third scene of Act 3, we see that when the people goes, they found the Sina a poet, and people have killed him. Though he is saying that I am a common poet, I am a common ordinary man, Sina, I am not a murderer, I am not a conspirator. Then also people think that your name is Sina and you are involved in the plot, conspiracy. So they have also killed him, and this way the all the conspirators run away for their life, for their safety. And after that, after the death of Julius Caesar, the triumvirs came on the stage. Triumvirs means तीन लोक राज्य चालवतात. त्याच्यामध्ये एक आहे ऑक्टावियस, सीझर, Lepidus, and Mark Antony. These people take the charge of Rome in a democratic way, and they have bifurcated, means one group of Mark Antony, another group of Lepidus, and another group of Octavius Caesar. Along with the soldiers, they make three groups, separate group, and they run behind the conspirators. So the fourth and fifth act of and their respective scenes of the play Julius Caesar, we will see how the conspirators met to their death, how some of them suicide, how some of them killed by these triumvirs, and how some run away. So this way, my dear friends, without a single part of Julius Caesar, the conspirators make a plot, conspiracy against him, the good man, and finally what happens? The good is rewarded, and how bad is going to punish, that we will see. With this brief information about Julius Caesar, I stop here. Tomorrow in lecture number 12, we will discuss the further part of this play in Act 4 and its respective scenes. With this, I stop here. Thank you very much.